And this morning on Today's Money, selling a home for most Americans is the biggest money matter they will ever face. The majority turn to a real estate agent without a second thought, but now it's getting easier to sell a home on your own. It's moving day for the LaMontaignes.
The rest of it in the morning, you think?
This family of 5 put their home on the market and decided to sell it themselves.
We talked to some friends, close friends of ours, and they looked at us like, are you crazy?
Why'd they do it? To avoid paying a realtor's commission.
6% is a lot of money, so we said, hey, a little bit of work, a little advertising, and elbow grease, and we'll get it done by ourselves.
And they did. For sale signs, how-to books, brochures, and the internet helped, but dropping the asking price sealed the deal and saved the LaMontaignes a $24,000 realtor's fee.
The buyer saves money, and we save money because we don't pay 6%.
You get to keep it, so, and I think it's kind of a satisfaction thing too.
Selling on their own took some work. At one point, they even considered hiring a realtor, but that changed when they found a buyer in only 3 weeks.
You have to kind of know what you're getting into. It is a lot of work, but it's well worth the financial reward of doing it.
Seem worth it to you? Well, here was some advice if you're considering selling your home without an agent. It's today's real estate contributor, Barbara Corcoran. Barbara, welcome. Good to have you here.
Pleasure.
So interesting, 12% of folks are now selling their home without an agent or a broker. What is the appeal?
Well, of course, number one is people want to save a buck.
Right.
And secondly, there's so much information on the internet today that buyers and sellers feel more empowered to do things on their own.
So how do they go about doing it? Because there is a lot of your own work involved
There's
here.
a ton of work, and people really don't appreciate how much work and also how much talent is involved. You have to be willing to be at home, show the property, make the appointments, have the stranger come to the door, knock on the door and say, can I have a look? If you have kids at home, that's a consideration. You have to be able to put your ego aside when you're negotiating. You have to be able to qualify a buyer and ask the financial questions so you don't get stuck with a clunker.
Right.
So lots of people have that confidence, but many more people just don't.
Who's got the time to do that?
Well, not
and
today.
the patience.
I mean, people work today. Everyone's working, so you really have to be willing and able to put the time aside.
And as you said, have the patience for somebody, calling and saying, I want to drop by, I'm in the neighborhood. Can
That's
you drop
scary.
everything you're doing?
Well, it's not even just dropping everything. You could even plan for that. But a
Right.
lot of people find a stranger in the household without notice frightening. And so that has to be a consideration as well.
Bottom line, though, if you think about doing this, are you going to be able to sell your home as fast? Are you going to get as good a price as you might get with using a
I
broker?
firmly believe that you get the most money for your house if you have the most people seeing it. It's like taking your house when you're not selling with a giant MLS that is the mother lode of all listings in America. If you take your house and move it to a side street rather than having it on the main street, you're just not going to get as much money for it.
Bottom line here, it has to do with the internet as well, because a lot of people, I think the figures show that 80% of all home buyers start their home search with the internet. So take us through some of the websites that you're using and recommending that people use if they want to sell it by themselves.
Well, the number one website, I think, for selling on your own is Zillow.com. The reason Zillow.com works so well is because they not only have for sale by owner listings, but they have tons of broker listings, so they're able to draw a lot of traffic. It's also an easy-to-use website. They have a great feature on there called Bird's Eye View, and it's exactly that. Buyers can come in and view the entire neighborhood, so it's a good magnet for people. It also allows 6 to 8 listings per property, and it's easy to use. So these are all things attractive to buyers, and that's the way you want to look at websites. Which works for buyers are the ones you want to be on.
You should know, though, there are some fees attached to these internet
sites. This one is for Zillow.com, absolutely no fee. It's all for free.
A couple of others quickly?
Yes. Oh, quickly, my
Yeah.
God. All right. The first one, or the second one, is for sale by owners. A great website, but it's expensive. Another one is Craigslist, a hodgepodge, a mess, but it also works. And last, eBay, which people very often don't even think about.
Barbara, thank you very much. A lot of information there for those considering doing it.